Good evening all and welcome to the video. My name is Saumil Shah. I work as a software engineer at JobTarget. This video I want to share essentially how we remove duplicates record from 69 million data points. Of course, I'm not going to show the entire one, but I'm going to replicate the scenario for you. I have a test sample CSV. I'm going to show you the tools that I used on cloud in order to do this action. So we'll be using Glue, Athena, and then we'll be using AWS Data Brew to essentially perform this. But yeah, with this, we essentially removed all the duplicates, right? So let me show you. The problem is, see, when you have all these massive data, which is in order of millions, right? The recently when I was doing it, we had 69 million records and removing duplicates from it. Good luck with pandas if you had to do that. So you want to use tools on cloud, and you want to do as much. You want to do less coding and more use the cloud frameworks, right? So let me show you what I did, and then maybe you can quickly look into this. I have a CSV file, ID, dedupe hash, and a raw titles, right? So what I want to do is I want to remove all the record. I want to remove all the rows where dedupe hash is same, right? So as you can see in Excel, this is me replicating the scenario for you to teach you, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna do in order to learn this tutorial is essentially I put the CSV in a folder called duplicate. There might be 100,000. We don't care. We are just replicating a scenario here. Now the first thing we want to do is essentially we'll create a crawler and we want to crawl over the data set. So we'll say dataset crawl. So this is my crawler that's gonna crawl over the dataset, crawl over all the folders. Then I'm gonna provide the S3 path over here. This S3 path would be on the dataset folder. So I want the crawler to crawl over that. I do not have an existing data store. I already have a ARN role. So I'm gonna select that. I want to run on demand, and over here I want to make sure that you want to click on add a new columns only. Okay, so make sure you do that. Click on next. Oops, did I miss anything? Oh yeah, so I need to create a database. So let's create a database, and the name of the database will be project DB. We will name this project DB because we are learning here, right? So table prefix is fine. We don't need to add. Next, finish. So our crawler is ready. Let's run the crawler. So now I'm gonna run my Glue crawler. This is gonna crawl over my S3 data lake, essentially whatever partitions you have. It's gonna populate the metadata, essentially Glue data catalog, right? So as you can see, it might take about 50-60 seconds. It's just one file. But what I'm about to show you is how you can leverage tools on cloud, right? You don't wanna do cleaning work manually. Those days are gone. Technology has evolved a lot. A lot of tools are there right now on cloud that you can leverage, right? So whatever. So let's take a look at this. So I'm gonna refresh. Hopefully we should see one of the files here. I would also open up Athena on a separate tab. So this is my personal account. So I'm playing on that. Do mind when you run this crawler, it does not come under the free tier, so it might charge you around $2-3 depending, but whatever. But for learning, I think it's fine, man. So so as you can see here, now I have this one. I can say preview table, and I can see all the records here. Okay. Hopefully I should have around 26 records, as I said, based on the CSV, 26 record. Now let's remove the dedupes, right? So we have 26. We want to remove dedupe on cloud. Because when you have massive data set, you can't use your traditional stuff is not going to work. You have to use things on clouds. So okay, that's fine. So we create a project here. We'll say data clean, and we wanna import a new data set, and from here we'll type in a data set called whatever name you wanna give. And over here I'm gonna select a data catalog, and I'm gonna select my database. I'm gonna select a table called dataset. I'm gonna give a role here, and that should be pretty much it. Now I can create a project. Do keep in mind this is not a free service. It will cost you money. Okay, if you're running on a free tier, make sure you turn it off immediately once you're done learning part. Okay, so at this point it's provisioning my compute here, and I'll show you how easy or how rather simple it is to essentially remove duplicates, right? Also, one of the techniques I would also highlight is when you upload CSV file, guys, always create a hash. What we use and a technique is we essentially try to create hash. Not sure if I still have that code here. Oops, I think I removed that. It's fine. So, oh, here, this one. So guys, what we do essentially is, so if you have, so say, let me put this one here so I can explain you, right? And let's, meanwhile, since that's happening, cut and paste. So say you have this record, right? This is your raw record, right? What you want to do is, guys, you want to perform an MD5 hash on this. So every row perform a hash, and basically now you can say, hey, select everything. So from your lake formation, now you can say, hey, or you can, or on Data Brew, you can essentially drop all the things on this column, right? So always when you're ingesting data, try to create these hashes. It would really, really help you out. Oops. Didn't want to make this one, but this one, I'll make this as yellow. So what I did is essentially I took this record string and I converted it into an MD5 hash. So I applied that transformation across all the columns, right? So I'm just showing you, you can use jobs on Glue as well, but for the sample and for learning purposes, I'm showing you this, okay? Okay, this is ready. Now, as you can see here, I can show you the schema. I have around 26 items. If you scroll to the right, 26 item, 22 unique items. So what I want to really do here is schema. Oh, damn it! I should have go to click on grid. So this one, it did not. Yes, fine. It is fine. So this one is it identified the row as this one, but it's fine. Now what I want to do, guys, is essentially here. Okay, so there will be something called remove duplicates. So first of all, you got to select a column. Oops, you got to select this column, and then you can say, yeah, duplicates, and then you can click on, you can flag duplicate rows if you want, or you can remove it, up to you. So delete duplicate rows, you can click. Okay, so you can click on here, and then essentially it's gonna say, now you can click on preview changes. So it's gonna show you, like, it's gonna just do a sample preview for you. So this should essentially remove all the duplicates. Now, if you see on the bottom section, these are the duplicates, 1, 2, 3, 4 item. That's just gonna remove. We're gonna click on apply, which will apply the transformation. Okay, so now at this point, you gotta create a job. Now, once you create a job, so now we'll say remove dedupe. Whatever you want to name this job, this is my recipe. Recipes, essentially, I'm going to drop all the rows where I just want to do one more thing as well. Let me see if I can do that. For some reason, I have this first, this was actually a column, but it identified this as a row. I can remove, let me see if I can. So this is the, I think when I define my data set here, right? I think I can do that so we can click on edit, but it is fine. I think this is because of the headers that's creating a problem. But let me see. Clean data. No, I gotta go to, we'll take care of that part. I mean, this is just one header that is essentially creating that. But don't worry about that, okay, as I said. So now what we gotta do is we gotta create a job, right? We can click on create job, and we can say, so this will apply the transformation to that one. Well, you can technically, if you want, see, since you can remove, you can rename stuff. So let me show you. So let's go to clean one. So far I have this one transformation applied. I can click on this. I can click on here, and I can rename columns too. So we will. There was a rename. I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. All right, let's see. So let me select it again. Maybe I missed it. Remove values. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere rename. Because I did that. Not sure why. Where exactly is that? I think the 3 dot and then, oh yeah, rename. I was pretty sure I saw that. So we'll name this as ID. Apply. This will be our. We can rename this as our dedupe hash. Rename. So see, guys, you see how easy and fast you can, do all these manipulation. I mean, I really like it though. So now we can rename this one as well. Title. And there is an option to skip the first row if you want. I just don't know where exactly is that at this current point, but I'll get back to you, right, on that. I know somewhere there's an option where you can skip the first row or the header that is creating this problem. But we'll get back to that, okay, in a second. But now, how you can create jobs is you can click on create jobs. So you have defined all this transformation, clean data, you can do that. Now what you want to do is you want to click on JSON. Before that, we want to create let's go to the bucket and create a folder where we will dump all these files. So clean data, okay, back to my Data Brew. Yeah, none is fine. We can do that. And now here, one important settings you gotta do is make sure you click on replace output files for each job run. Okay, so do that, and then let's select the destination part. So click here, and then we'll select clean data folder. Okay, we select, and then once that is done, we select the role. Okay, by clicking, okay, create job and run. Remember, this will cost you money if you're doing it on a free tier account. Make sure, as I said, once you're done with that, make sure you do it on a very small data set. Otherwise, it's gonna charge money, right? So now my job is running. As you can see, I can go to job details. So it was very easy to add all this transformation here, right? It's very, very, very easy. All right. So let's wait for this to complete. Should be done in a couple of minutes. But so now what this is gonna do is it's gonna take your files and it's gonna essentially put those files in a, do I have this a sample JSON to show you? Let me see. Downloads, I should be having it. So yeah, I'll show you one sample. So essentially it puts a JSON file on a multiple lines with a new line delimiter, okay? So I'll show you one sample since the job is still running. That's the beauty about cloud. I like, things are so easy. Like, my computer is again frozen though. But yeah, so as you can see, right? So yeah, so as you can see right now, it would format your data in this particular format and it would remove all the dedupes. Then what we're gonna do, the goal is again, we'll run a crawler and then we can crawl our data using Athena and all the dedupes are removed. Okay, so very simple process, right? We use Data Brew, glue crawlers, and Athena to query the data, right? So let's wait for this to complete. Might take a couple of minutes. Okay, succeeded. Let's go to the bucket, and here you should see all the files. Now back to the crawler. We need to create a new crawler. So we'll call it clean data. Okay, we'll then okay, that's S3. Then over here, we'll select that folder. Okay, make sure you select the folder. Okay, once you're done that, you can enter the sampling size, but I'm gonna leave it default for now. I'm gonna choose the default role, click on next, run on demand. Over here, as I said, it's important. Otherwise, it would create multiple files. I was observing this issue, so I'll click on add new columns only. Come on, what happened? Oh yeah, database, project DB, select, finish, and then we can run the crawler. Now what it's gonna do is it's gonna again crawl over our new data that our Data Brew essentially cleaned, and then you can now query the clean data again back with Athena. Very easy steps. All the tools are available in the cloud. You can add a lot more transformation on the Data Brew too. Like I just did a very basic one. I'm gonna terminate it pretty soon. I added 4 recipe here, but you can clean the data, you can lower it, you can strip it, you can create a new column, you can create flags, everything with just simple drag and drop. Okay, that's the beauty about that. All right, so let's wait for the crawler to complete and should be done in a couple of seconds or minutes maybe. So before I was doing, right, I was learning everything, I was reading articles. Before I was getting multiple files, multiple tables being created. I was like, why is it creating multiple tables? Doesn't make sense, right? Then I read, then they said somewhere on the Stack Overflow, they said, hey, make sure to click on that option, show, add new columns only. Then that solved my problem. Yeah. So let's wait. Hopefully we should see 1 table added if everything was done correctly, in theory. There you go, 1 table is added. Go to tables, come on, show me, clean data. Now back to my Athena. Clean data, we can click on preview, run SQL. There you go guys, you have all the 22 data nicely cleaned. All the duplicates are now removed. So you see how easily you can you can clean data, you can manipulate data. We did this entire exercise essentially with 69 million records, right? We had this dedupe hash, right? So we did use AWS Data Brew to clean all that, perform, transformation, clean title, blah, 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 all these things. And then we did that. So hopefully this video will give you a nice overview on all the tools that you can use on cloud. And if you want, then you can add more Spark jobs and lot more. There's a lot more in data, right? But that's what you want to do. You want to have your journey towards cloud. You want to learn towards AWS Data Brew, Glue, Athena, these all tools, right? That's the way to handle massive data. If you want to perform queries, you can perform queries on Athena, or you can also perform EMR jobs on your Glue catalog. There's a lot more, as I said, right? But I hope you have enjoyed this video. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming. Have any questions, list your question in the comments. Would be very happy to help you out. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll try to create more and more tutorials like these for you guys. Thank you.